All right, so it's about 3:25 p.m. right now, and I'm in my kitchen with all these things out on the table and right here as well. A bunch of electronics like old phones and stuff that I want to put up for sale on like a secondhand website that we have here in Sweden. It's very popular, and you can basically just go on this website, find stuff that is very like it works as new ones do basically from the store, but it's at a much lower price because it's secondhand and stuff. It's used already, like old phones, like old AirPods and stuff, old Chromecast and all this kind of stuff that I have. Also, just other stuff as well. Like if you want to buy a fucking basketball hoop, you can do that as well. You can buy like a ping pong table. You can buy TVs. You can buy guitars, a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of gadgets and widgets you can get for much lower price on this secondhand website that we've got here. And yeah, it's very popular. And I want to put up some stuff that I have on there to save up for the mentorship program that I want to buy. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm grinding at the moment. I'll be going to the gym in just a little while, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But yeah, let's get some of these bad boys up for sale. All right, so it's about 11 p.m. right now, and I've been putting up stuff for sale on this secondhand website that we got all day. And yeah, man, it's looking great. I've got a bunch of items like my old guitar and a TV and my old phone and that kind of stuff. So hopefully I'll get like a few $100 in the upcoming days or maybe a week, depending on how long it takes. Because of the fact that it's so fucking snowy right now, like a huge snowfall arrived yesterday, and it's just been raging like crazy through yesterday and today. Most people aren't, that keen to be driving across the fucking city and shit to pick up an item. But yeah, man, hopefully things will return to semi-normal pretty soon, and we'll get some stuff sold so that I can invest into this mentorship program and continue with the grind, man. No gym today, but I just felt that I needed to push really hard and get as much stuff for sale up as possible. But yeah, man, sometimes you got to make trades, and today I felt it was a necessary one to make. But yeah, bro, we'll get back to the normal grind shortly. In like when I get my fucking money, my fucking few $100, then of course we'll get back to the normal routine and everything. But yeah, man, I just feel that this is the right thing to do because I really do believe in the mentorship program that I want to get into and stuff. So I do believe that education is the best thing that we can invest into. Because like, how materially different wouldn't your reality be if you knew what you know now 10 years ago, right? Like that information is borderline priceless. I just want to pay down that ignorance debt as fast as humanly possibly with money, not with time, because I can always make more money. I cannot I can't get more time, right? So that's kind of how I'm choosing to play it. And yeah, bro, that's it. I will see you tomorrow, bro. Be a light in the mist. Remember who you are. Follow the light path, and yeah, may Star Clan light your path always. All right, welcome to another day. We're currently up on this mountaintop, enjoying the snowfall that has arrived recently. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful morning. You can see dawn just cracking there at the very base of the horizon, the very base of the sky. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. It's I still got Christmas break, so I don't have school, so that's nice. And I'm currently very much trying to like save up for a mentorship program that I'm trying to buy, and I basically need a few $100s more, and so I'm spending all of my time this Christmas break just trying to sell old items that I have on like secondhand websites that we have here in Sweden. So yeah, I mean that's kind of my main focus right now. It's a bit off the normal routine, but it is what it is, and it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, man. But yeah, out in nature as usual. I love being in nature, man. I love being out here since I was like really young, like 2 years old. I've always had a deep fascination and like curiosity and interest for nature, wildlife, and these kinds of things. It's truly amazing. Just look at this stuff. It looks like fucking Alaska, man. I mean, probably we're at like a similar latitude, fucking Stockholm and at least like northern Canada or something. So yeah, man. But yeah, I love the snow. I might not be spending too many more winters here in Sweden, in my hometown, home country. So I gotta relish these times while they last. Yeah, man. Actually, last night I had my sleep was quite troubled because I had like a fuck ton of sexual urges. I'm not gonna lie. I was in bed and I had mad urges. Like not even to fap really. I like the thought of jacking off, of like stroking my pee pee and like doing this shit. It didn't even cross my mind really. It was just that I had like a fucking rock hard erection in bed. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, and I had a bunch of like visualizations and shit like that. But I don't think that's a problem at all. I don't think having like sexual urges or mental movies or these kinds of things is a problem at all. I think the problem is our inability to handle them. And I think I handled it pretty well last night. Maybe I wasn't able to snap out of it as quickly as I would have wanted to, but I didn't, jack off or anything like that. Of course not. Um, but I was like, it's interesting because we all have our different sort of sources of motivation of things that we drive and inspiration from when we have urges and we need to snap out of them. And for me, because this Christmas break, I've watched like the Stranger Things 5, the fifth and final season of Stranger Things. It's like a series on Netflix. If you don't know what it is, um, I think it's amazing. I really love it, and it was a cool moment when like one of the main characters really had like a badass moment when he like fucking controlled some of the enemies with his mind to snap their limbs and kill them instantly and stuff. And I just kind of imagined me doing that with the demonic forces that infiltrated my mind last night. I was literally in bed and I had this inner battle. I had like one part of me that really wanted to keep indulging in the fucking sexual thoughts and keep my fucking rock hard erection pressed against my blanket and shit. I guess some sort of stimulation from that, which is obviously unacceptable. But then the uh, the sort of the godly part of me, the fucking right hand side of me, he was able to take control, and I literally did this while I was in bed. I kind of imagined that I had like telekinesis powers and like telekinetic powers. It's kind of like when you can move objects with your mind and stuff. And I just did this stuff like, and I sort of imagined that I was like fucking controlling the demonic forces in my mind, and I was like, and I just snapped all their limbs and killed them instantly. And from there on out, I was completely fine, no urges whatsoever. So yeah, man, we all have our different ways of overcoming these things, and use what you have. I don't think like I won't shame you for using any fuel whatsoever to overcome this issue. I think it's about having like a man with a strong enough why can bear almost anyhow, you know. And I don't think it's about diminishing the urges whatsoever. I don't think it's about running away from sexual urges or anything like that. I think it's about facing them and just having in mind and perceiving the actual cost of it and the actual reward of it, which I think, at least for me, like when I have something in mind that I know is better than fapping that I will get from not fapping, I will not fap, of course, right? It's kind of like if you knew that you would get rewarded much more for not doing an action than doing it, then you're not going to do the action. Of course not. That's just common sense. But sometimes it's difficult to think that way when we have urges, because it's like the human brain is wired to crave like short-term fucking gratification and that kind of stuff. But when you actually have a strong enough why, when you have something that you're fighting this battle for that is worth suffering for, because you are suffering when you are resisting urges, you are, incurring pain, you're going through pain on some level, right? Because you're resisting something that you want. And so I think, or I don't think, I know it is a fact that we need something that is worth suffering for in order to resist the sexual urges. Otherwise, if there's nothing, then we won't do it. That's the thing. Like, you will not jack off if you perceive the path of not doing it to like yield you a greater reward than doing it, if that makes sense. That's just how human brains work and stuff. I think accountability is one of the best ways to do that. I think having people in your life that you have to tell the truth to, that you respect on some level, that you want to impress, that you want to look good in front of, and having to sort of confess on a regular basis to those people, I think that's amazing. I was only able to stop jacking off after like 2.5 years of struggling, when I actually told my best friends about it and opened up, and when I started this YouTube series, and I just swore to myself that I had to tell the truth of whether or not I jacked off and stuff on this channel. And since then I haven't, I just don't want to, it would be too painful to have to do that. So it's not worth it for me to jack off, if that makes sense. And yeah, man, I don't think it's about diminishing the urges. I don't think it's about making them smaller. I think it's about making your motivation for not doing it bigger, and having a big enough goal to strive towards. Because if it's not a big goal that you're striving towards, then why are you even resisting the urges in the first place? It's not worth it, right? Like, why bother? If you're not even going to get anything from doing it, from resisting, then why wouldn't you? Or like, why wouldn't you indulge, right? So I think having like a strong enough why, a strong enough thing that you are willing to suffer for, I think that's the reason. I don't think suffering is I don't think avoiding suffering is the goal. I think suffering for something worth suffering for is the goal, if that makes sense. Yeah, man. And yeah, I just love the fucking Stranger Things series, I'm not gonna lie. And I just derived a fuck ton of motivation from that last night. I just imagined that it was one of the characters, and that I sort of fucked the shit out of the fucking the demonic forces in my mind, that I just kill them instantly and stuff. Fucking like that. Maybe that's cringe. I don't really give a shit. Do what works for you, man. Don't fucking listen to any of these motherfuckers shaming you for being on NoFap or anything like that. What works for you works, right? Like, some people might think that some fuel burns dirty or whatever, that some reasons to stop doing this are wrong or anything like that. Like, that you think that you are that you're like the fuel that you use to overcome this issue burns dirty, right? That it doesn't come from a good place. I don't fucking give a shit about that. If you want the result, use what you have. That's the first rule of this shit, man. Or the first rule is my fault, and then use what you have. Because if you don't admit that it's your fault, the fact that you've been sort of addicted to this thing for a long time, then there's nothing you can do, because you blame others and you don't take responsibility. And if you blame power outwards, then, like, in terms of the effect, like the thing that affected this, that gave you this addiction, and it's not you, then you are literally giving power to something else, and then you won't be able to use that power for yourself to the same extent. And so the first rule of not jacking off, of resisting sexual urges, is my fault. Then it is use what you have. And so if you have anger, if you have shame, if you have guilt, if you have anxiety, if you have loneliness, if you have depression, whatever the fuck it takes to fuel you to not jack off, to resist the urges, use that. Don't be ashamed of anything that you use as motivation, bro. Use your fucking dark desires, man. Because the thing is, either you're either going to do the stuff that's required, or you're not, right? And so do what's required to do what's required, right? So yeah, man, it's that's just kind of my thought process after what happened last night. But yeah, man, it was a huge success, and I just channeled all of my energy to resist the urges and stuff. To be clear, it wasn't that I was close to like jacking off or anything, but it was just that, like, I wouldn't be able to really fall asleep and stuff if I had kept those urges inside of me and stuff. So yeah, I just found a way to eliminate them and resist them. Not eliminate them in the sense that I ran away from them or anything like that, that I didn't want to face them. I deliberately faced them. I deliberately sort of welcomed the sexual urges to come, to then just fucking decimate them. And that's what the fuck I did. That was the plan, and I fucking did it, right? So I'm proud of myself for that. And if you do the same, you should be proud of yourself, man. Because it's a difficult journey for a lot of us, man. It's probably the hardest natural desire in our bodies to resist, except for maybe like water and, let's say, sleep and food and shelter and these kinds of physiological things. But you have all of those checked off. You probably don't have like the sexual stuff checked off if you're jacking off all the time, right? Because the thing is, you can replace your desire for food, let's say for junk food, with normal food, and it's kind of the same thing. But you cannot replace the desire for sex with anything else but sex itself or masturbation. Like, that's it. And so it's yeah, and the modern world has truly and utterly fucking hijacked a lot of people's natural desires and natural inclinations towards reproduction, and fucking monetized our urges fucking with their product, with Pornhub and all the social media platforms that promote all this softcore porn, and also just hardcore porn. So yeah, I mean, it's a wild ride that we're on, but I'm fucking loving the progress that I'm making, and that I'm seeing the boys around the world make as well. Yeah, bro. Look at this, man. It looks like fucking Alaska, bro. Yeah. I've watched a lot of like Outdoor Boys. It's like a YouTube channel with it's like a guy. His name is Luke. He's like 46 years old, I think, and he's got like a couple of sons as well. And they do like camping trips and outdoor adventures and that kind of stuff, which I fucking love because I love nature and that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, I've seen a lot of his videos, and the landscape sort of looks like this, and I think it's beautiful as fuck, man. I just got to make sure not to drop like my mic or my phone or my anything that I got in the fucking snow or some shit like that. But yeah, man. Apart from that, we should be fine. Oh man, yeah. For the rest of the day, I'm just gonna be hustling, just trying to cook up whatever quick buck I can get, like fucking shoving snow and whatever it's called, shoveling snow. From like my mom's fucking what do you even call it, like patio or something, and then seeing if I can sell some items like my old TV and my old guitar and my old phone and that kind of stuff on like a secondhand website that a lot of people use here in Sweden. But the thing is, it's because of the fact that it's so fucking snowy right now, and such a heavy snowfall has just arrived for basically 3 days straight. I don't think a lot of people are that keen on like driving out and getting stuff from other people right now, because that's kind of how it works. You put up a fucking like a post or an ad, or whatever you want to call it, with like an item, and then some guy messages you, and he's like, "Hey, I'm interested," and then you're like, "Cool," and then he's like, "Can I come at this time?" Blah blah blah, and you're like, "Sure," and then he drives over, he pays the shit to you, gives the money, and then he gets the item, and then he goes back home. But now it's a bit difficult to just drive across the city and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see how things transpire in the upcoming days, and I'll do what's required as usual. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go to my yeah, I'll go to my mom's place right now because my parents are like amicably divorced, if you want to put it that way, and they don't live far from each other at all. It's like a mile or something like that, and yeah, so I can just hop back and forth if I want to. So I'll go to her place and see if there's like some snow that I can get the fuck off her patio or porch or whatever it's called, and make a few bucks from that. So yeah, bro, that's kind of the plan. Then I'll eat and I'll go to the gym and do the normal stuff. Or to be honest, I won't promise that I will go to the gym, because if there is other stuff that I can do to make like a few quick bucks here and there, then I will do that, because I just want to get this stuff done. Make the fucking what is it, like 250 bucks or something like that, like 300 bucks that I need, and as quickly as possible. So yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it takes for that. So yeah, bro, that's the plan. Let's go and do it. All right, so it's about 10:30 p.m. right now, and I'm gonna go to bed in just a minute. And actually got the money that I needed, the remaining few $100 to invest in the mentorship program, and yeah, I've done it. Super happy. I'm gonna be grinding going forward on that, and you'll see. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But yeah, man, we're gonna be returning to the normal schedule probably the day after tomorrow. We'll see exactly, but yeah, I still have a few things that I want to get sold and stuff, like some secondhand items and that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll stay locked in, of course. I've had basically zero urges today whatsoever, except for obviously last night. But yeah, man, it's been really chill, NoFap wise. I haven't really had urges to jack off in a really long time. Just like sexual urges in general, like getting fantasies and getting my fucking, you know, getting bricked up as fucking bed at nighttime. But that's it's, I won't say it's like fine because sometimes it does prohibit me from falling asleep. It does prevent me from falling asleep sometimes, but it's completely natural. And yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that I've made, and yeah, man, I hope the same for you. You can check out my free community below. I offer like free one-on-one coaching and like accountability right now inside there, so you can have a look at that if you want to. Because I think accountability is the number one thing we can do for resisting sexual urges, and at least that's been the case for me. And yeah, I really hope you take action, man, because it's a beautiful journey when you make progress. It's it might seem silly to a lot of people that like this kind of stuff with NoFap or whatnot, but I think it's really sort of it's it's truly a great feeling when you have made a ton of progress and when you can actually control your actions in a much better way and to a much greater extent. Because it's like I mentioned earlier, I think it's the like one of the hardest urges to overcome in like of all the urges that there are in the world and in the body and stuff. Like except for maybe food and air and like shelter and water and that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, man, it's really difficult for a lot of people, and it was for me for a long time. But yeah, I genuinely believe that or I know for a fact that I've made a ton of progress, and I'm super happy with that. I'm still not content because I still want to sort of get better at shutting down sexual urges sort of more quickly. It's like I've obviously not fapped in a long time, but I still sometimes do find myself like fantasizing about that kind of stuff, about like sex and shit. So yeah, I'm in bed right now, so I have to practice what I preach, live up to my word, and basically just welcome the sexual urges to come. Like I'm not afraid of them, but then just not do anything differently. Just stay relaxed, stay calm, and everything. Not go like super engaged and get super energetic and that kind of stuff. So yeah, man, it's you just gotta see the bigger picture, man. Like it's really not what it's made out to be, like a normal sexual urge. So yeah, bro, it's amazing when you make progress. At least it's been for me, and I wish you all the best man on this journey. So yeah, may Starkland light your path, bro. Keep being a light in the mist. Remember who you are. Remember why you started. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow, bro.